On a cold winter's night in New York, a young woman walked her mother's friend home through a desolate and dangerous neighborhood in the Bronx. She had grown up in this neighborhood and knew the area well. But 2 hours later, police received a phone call from her mother saying that her teenage daughter, Milagros Otero, had not returned home. Later that night, police found her bruised and battered body on the stairwell in her apartment building. She had a deep stab wound in her chest, but police could find no other clues to her killer's identity. Police carefully bagged the body and sent it to forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Baden.
When I first saw the body, there was an obvious stab wound to the chest. But as I looked closer, there was also a peculiar, undulating, bloody imprint on the neck, which suggested to me the sole of a sneaker. As I continued the autopsy and looked inside the stomach was filled with undigested food. There were pieces of hamburger meat, there were peas, there were carrots that had not been digested. When I spoke to the mother told me that she had had dinner about 6 p.m., about 6 hours before she left the house. That food would have already been processed through the stomach and would no longer be in the stomach. That meant to me that somehow after she leaves the house after midnight, she had to have stopped off someplace and had food that consisted of at least a hamburger, carrots, and peas. And after she ate the meal, she was killed less than a half hour, an hour of leaving whatever the place was that she had eaten at.
Where Milagros Otero had eaten that night had now become an important clue to her murder. So detectives retraced the route that she would have taken on her way home that evening. There, they found an all-night diner where Milagros could have eaten the hamburger and peas that Dr. Baden had found at the autopsy. Had someone at the restaurant followed Milagros home and killed her? Detectives ran a check on the employees there and found that one of them, John Batiste, had a prior history of rape. Armed with a search warrant, detectives went to the suspect's apartment. There, they found a pair of blood-stained sneakers in the closet.
When they brought the sneakers to me at the medical examiner's office, and I compared the sole of the sneaker to the bloody imprint on the neck, they were identical.
When confronted with the forensic evidence, the suspect, John Batiste, finally confessed to the killing of Milagros Otero and was sentenced to life in prison.